Hey, Shalom. First, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Peace and blessings to the hope elect house of David. Let's get into this. This is going to be This is Proverbs chapter 10, verse 29. I want to deal with the first part of it. The way of the Lord is strength to the upright. The way of the Lord is strength to the upright. How? Why? Because, if you want to do right, if you're trying to do right, Yahweh Shema Shai's ways is strength to him. It's on multiple, for multiple reasons, for multiple reasons, like you trying to, do right by people, right? Do right by people, but you don't know a proper way how to do this, because you're looking at the world and you're seeing, okay, that was messed up what he did to him. That was messed up what she did to her. That was messed up what he did to her and what she did to him. And then you try to say, okay, that was messed up, but what is a proper way that I should conduct myself? And if we go about this world standards is a very, very get it how you live. Dog eat dog world. You're trying to be a good, we can say good person. You're trying to be a good person. You're trying to do right by people. But you don't have no real idea on how to, because if you just give people money, sure, you're being charitable, but you also could be enabling them to do bad. Like, now they got some unearned money, now they can go out and buy more, just buy more things that they can destroy themselves with. They can buy more things they can destroy themselves with or destroy others with. Not everybody's wise with dealing with money. Not everybody's wise with, making those decision calls. So just being charitable. I mean, that's a good thing, but you have to know when and who to be charitable with. So what a man who's trying to be good would do, or righteous, they'll turn to the scriptures. They'll turn to the scriptures and look at the ways of the Lord. Because if you're trying to know or not, if you're trying to do good towards your neighbor, you're going to what? You're going to keep the commandments. You're going to keep the commandments. You're going to be like, okay, this is how the podcast shouldn't lie to this guy or lie to her. This is this man, love his life. I'm not going to interfere with that by interjecting myself into that relationship. I'm not going to steal from this guy. I'm not going to murder this guy out of hatred, out of some selfish desire, desire, you can be like, okay. It'll make you stronger. The ways of the Lord will start to make him stronger because he starts to figure things out. He's starting to figure things out. And eventually that will become even more spiritual by gaining that strength. By gaining that strength. But also, he know that when he's done wrong, that being just by being good and righteous doesn't mean he's not going to make mistakes. But him trying to get back up. Him trying to get back up and do proper and do right. That's that strength. He got that strength from the Lord. He got that strength from the Lord. Listen to this. I don't do it like that. This is Proverbs chapter 24. Shoot. Verse 16, listen. For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. You see, even though he knows he's done all wrong, he gonna try to get back up, and he's gonna try to get back up. But Scripture says, there's no righteous man or a good man that hasn't sinned. I think that's in, let me see. I think it's a 7. Let's see. Let's make a quick rundown. If not, yeah. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 20. Listen, for there is not a just man upon the earth that does good and sin it not. Even though he's doing good, he's gonna mess up. He's gonna stumble because we're not perfected. We don't have those perfected body. And it was in the ancient world. Under the laws of Moses. For there is not a just man upon the earth that does good and sin it not. But he gonna get back up. He gonna get back up and, try again. Continue to try to do right by people, by keeping the law, statutes, commandments to the best of his ability for himself and to his neighbors. This is do I want this? I might draw it to a close. This is Isaiah chapter 40, verse 30. We're gonna start from 30. This is Isaiah chapter 40, verse 30. Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young man shall fall utterly. Yeah, you have these people, Sure, they might be in the world. They might be seeing them doing the big. But eventually they gonna fall. They'll collapse. They gonna get tired. You know. You know. They might give up. You know. They might lose hope. You know. They might bug out. You know. Because they have their strength, their physical strength, and their mind, but they don't have that inward strength, that inward power, you know. And you can only gain that by trying to be upright, and to be upright, you'll have to what? Follow Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Listen to this. Verse 31, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. You hear? They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They're going to keep going. They're going to keep going and going and going. Until one day, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is literally going to give them spiritual powers. Listen. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. They're already being renewed day by day. But it's going to get to a point where that they're complete. They're complete. And they now have that the ability that people showcase in their movies, writings, But yeah, that was it on that point, So, I hope you was edified. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful, the house of David. Until next time, Yahweh willing, Shalom.